To the assembly of Yisra'el. We are a Hebrew Torah practicing assembly. If you are searching for the ancient path and teachings that are grounded solely in the Torah of Yahuah, then feel free to join us. Please like, comment, share and subscribe.
Shabbat Shalom. Indeed, we are thankful for this opportunity that we have to meet together as children of Yisra'el. We anticipate the second Exodus when we will be gathered and we will return to the land that was promised to our forefather Abraham. That massive piece of land that is occupied by impostors and other people. We look forward to that time. And as we do that, we try to prepare ourselves for the qualification to enter the land. And so we continue to look at the topic simplifying the Yahuah's time system. Simplifying Yahuah's time system. All right, let's jump into it. So we saw a few things a few weeks now. So we saw where that there are the time system, Yahuah's time system, basically consists of days and of years. So we saw that. We looked and we saw that the whole issue of a week, as we have it now in our calendar, is not necessarily what week is according to the scriptures. Week really is about a set of 7 things. So 7 years is a week, right? And not really 7 days in particular, right? We also look and we realize that there was no months in the year. There's no months, and if we use months as what is in this calendar that we currently use in this country, in the Western Hemisphere, in the world, if we use months, it will throw out the year based on the number of days that are in the year according to the scriptures. I reiterate the fact that the evil one would have hidden the 2 very important books from us. It was there, it was in the public, it was along with the other books. They took it out because those 2 books would have very important information that would have opened our eyes. They hid those books and others, but particularly Enoch, books of Enoch and Jubilees, and we have now got them back through Yahuah's help, because Yahuah is bringing his people together so that the Exodus can occur at his time. And so we see where there are 364 days in a year according to the scriptures. Enoch was translated, was taken up and by Yahuah and was anointed and appointed to know everything when it comes to the year and other things and what's happening in the heavens and the heavens of heaven, the heaven of heavens. And Enoch was given those to write these things down, and he wrote them out in the book of Enoch. Jubilees, another book that was given to Moses, to Masha, by the angel of the presence when he went up in the mountain of Mount Sinai to collect from Yahuah the covenant, the writ of the covenant, the writings of the covenant. And as we know, he spent 40 days and nights in Mount Sinai with Yahuah. And the angel of the presence wrote him the history of what happened at the beginning when the earth was created up to the point of his Yahuah's return. So we have two very important books that we have been using to understand what's happening, right? We know that the current year, according to the calendar that is used now, we are told that there are 7 days in a week and there are 4 weeks make a month, but 4 weeks would be 4 times 7, 28 days. And there's only 1 month has 28 days so far. And that is in a leap year, is it? No. Right, something like that. Some foolishness. I don't want to learn it anymore. I want to unlearn that. Right? And so there's no, so if you have 12 months, and each month have 4 weeks, and there are 4 times 12, you know what that gives you? 300 and something, less than 360 days. So, and they were told that there are 365 and a quarter days. So a lot of mix-up that goes going on. And so we are now simplifying the thing. So we look at days. We saw that the evening and the morning make a day. So the day begins at evening, and it goes on to morning. As the morning ends, a new day begins. We know that. We also saw that there are not 24 hours in a day that was injected into the day by the evil ones again. We saw in the book that we're reading from us, that the day is divided into 18 parts. 18 parts. And there are, what are in the parts we don't know yet. Time will tell. We have to get the Hebrew translation of the books to give us more information. But we are doing we are simplifying it as much as we can, as we seek to Yahuah to enlighten us as the time goes by. So we saw that the day's 18 parts, and those parts, the length of the day, which is the light part, and the length of the night of a day is dependent on the what? Let me see if you remember. On the movement of the sun. I open it up because we cannot open the head and put it in it. And we cannot be there to tell you everything. You have to learn it. And we're trying to make it as simple as it's possible, because it's not easy to unlearn and to learn new things. It's very, very difficult. Right? We are not make up for that thing at all. So we saw that based, and you know it, we all see where even today, no, in this time, sunset almost 7 o'clock. But 2 months ago, sunset about 5:30. There were timing earlier this year, when at 5 o'clock, at 6 o'clock, I'm leaving my house in darkness. So we note that there is a difference between the day and the night, the day part of the day and the night part of the day. And it shifts, it changes. And you wonder what is happening, you know? But we now learn, and they said to us that it's based on how the earth is tilted. So the earth is tilts. So tilt sometimes. So nowadays the earth tilts, or it tilts this way, and based on how it tilts, then the night is longer than the day. And foolishness, you know what, that's garbage. Right? And the action that is garbage. We know that the earth is not round. We know that. So that's we have gone through that. We have gone through that, the fact that the earth is flat, and that the sun moves and not the earth. Right? So we understand that. Right? We also understand that the length of the day and the night within a 1 day period with 18 parts is dependent on the movement of the sun. So we saw that. Right? So the next thing now is the year. Now let's talk about the year now. So let us do a little thing there. All right, so this is what. So we look back at the text where Jubilee 6, verse 31, 33. Right? Let me see if I have it. Let me see if I have my thing set out. All right, so let's read back this text. All right, look at it. And there's no neglecting, talking about the days and the year. There's no neglecting this commandment for a single year or from year to year. So here Moses was told that, listen, tell Yisra'el that they are not to neglect the commandment about the day and the year. 364 days in the year. Do not neglect that. Don't say, well, because the earth tilts on its right side. Okay, I guess it's right heavy. So it tilts on the right, then we'll throw it a day or two to make up back something. We add on something to make up back something. Because God and Yahuah never do so well. A mistake was made, and sometimes something falls out of place. So we add on something and we take off something to balance it over the earth, make it come tip back on the side here. So, and all of those madness. So here Moses was told, there should be no neglecting for a single year or from year to year. Nothing must change. Command the children of Yisra'el that they should observe the years according to its reckoning. You must observe the year according to its reckoning. 364 days, and these will constitute a complete year. They will not disturb its time from its days and from its feasts, because if you do that, everything will fall out in a place in them according to their testimony. And they will not leave out any day. We should not have any what? None day. And you should not nor disturb any feast, because we were told right on this podium some time ago. One of our former friends said that the Jews say that once atonement falls on a Sabbath, then they are going to shift atonement either 2 days earlier or 2 days later. And you know what happened? Because once you shift the feast, what will happen? You will disturb the feast. So they will not leave out any day nor disturb any feast. This is a command given by Moses from the angel of the presence. Do not leave out any day, because you're going to disturb the feast. So there are years when we have the feast on the wrong dates, because what? Man disturb the feast. But if they neglect and do not observe them according to this command, then they will disturb all the seasons, and the years will be dislodged from this order. And they will disturb the seasons, and the years be dislodged, and they will neglect all the ordinances. So everything will be disturbed. Everything will be disturbed. All right, let's move on. Now, Enoch 72, verse 43. I'm going to start from this one, Enoch 24, 40, he says. 43. Let me see if I am. No, I think we're not at the right place. All right, I'll go there, no problem. All right, so this is where we should be, right? So we look at the sun and the year, and to look at their relationship. How does the sun and the year relate? All right, so let's move on that. So we went through the review already, talk about the days. Well, let's see Enoch now. Enoch 72, verse 43. The lengthening of the day and the night, and the contraction of the day and the night are made to differ from each other by the progress of the sun. So here Enoch was told, and he told us that the lengthening of the day and the night, or the contraction of the day and night, for contraction means it gets smaller, differs from each other by the progress of the sun. So it's based on the movement of the sun, the day and the night might lengthen or shorten or contract. Right? That is said. So Enoch told us that in Enoch 72, verse 43. Alright, so if you have your sefer, you can follow me because we don't want to be telling any lies now. Alright? So he said that. So the year consists of, 364 days, as we were told. We were told about the 52 set of sevens. That give you, multiply that by 7, you get 364. We were told that last week that the year divided into 4 equal parts. Each part has 91 days. And each part constitutes a particular season of the year. So you have spring, and you have summer, you have autumn, and then you have winter. So we see that. All right? And the division of the year into months, as we currently have it, will cause the year to go wrong. All right? So we saw that. We saw in Jubilee 6:30 to 34. And all the days of the commandment will be 52 weeks of days. These will make the entire year complete. 52 weeks of days. All right? That will make the entire year complete. Thus, it is engraved and ordained on the heavenly tablets, and there is no neglecting of the commandment for a single year from year to year. So we look at that earlier. Right? We also that there are 12 renewals. That there are 12 renewals in the year. So the moon renews itself for 12 times in the year. So the period, 12 full period of renewal per year. Right? So we saw that. So our 66 books, brethren, Bible, give us no detail about the sun and the year relationship. So far, we have not seen where there are any detail in those 66 books to say, well, how does the sun and the year relate? The sun and the year. So sun-year relationship. How does it? We don't know. We don't get it. But these two books, at least these two books, Enoch and Jubilee, give us such information. So let us get starting by looking at what the book says. All right, so Enoch 72. And this is how the book, this chapter starts. The Sefer of the revolutions of the luminaries of heaven. What are the luminaries? The sun, the moon, the stars. So this is the book, or the Sefer of the revolution, or the movements, the circling of the luminaries of heaven according to their respective classes, their respective powers, their respective periods, their respective names, the place where they commence their progress, and their respective months. All right, so there's months in Enoch. All right, so we don't have the Hebrew translation, so we can decide whether month is really month or month is renewal. So we cannot say X, Y, or Z to this. We're going to work with it and as is until we get the Hebrew translation, right? So it's months as it is. With Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, Enoch says, explained to me, he who conducted them. So Uriel is the angel who conduct the luminaries to tell them how to do them thing. And you know that the luminaries, they keep the commandment based on how they are to move and when they are to go. So Uriel is the one now who deal with that. He's the commander over them. And he said, this is how you do it, and you stay in your lane. Man was supposed to stay in the lane, and the sun stay in his lane. The moon stay in his lane, and so the stars. And they follow carefully. The whole account of them, according to every year of the world forever. Forever. So the whole account of the movement of the sun, the moon, and the stars for every year, forever. So they do not change their movement. They don't speed up. They don't reduce their speed. They don't jump all over the place haphazardly. They follow the order based on Uriel. So the whole account of them according to every year of the world forever, until a new work shall be effected, which will be eternal. So the luminaries, they will continue to work as they are commanded until a new thing comes, until there's a new earth. Verse 2. This is the law of the luminaries. The sun and the light arrive at the gates of heaven, which are in the east, and on the west of it at the western gates of heaven. He went on Abiel gates where the sun goes forth, and the gates where the sun sets. So he said, I see the gates where the sun rises, and I see the gate where the sun sets. In which gate also the moon rises and sets. And he said, the same gate that the sun rises and sets is the same gate the moon rises and sets. And the conductors of the stars among those who precede them. 6 gates at the rising and 6 gates at the setting. So Enoch saw in heaven 6 gates that the sun rises in, and 6 gates that the sun sets in. All these respectively, one after another, are on a level, and numerous windows are on the right and on the left of the sides of these gates. This is a serious argument. So Enoch said that he saw the 6 gates on the east and 6 gates on the west. And among the gates, there are a lot of windows. So like a house. All right, so this is the opening statement of Enoch. All right, so move on now. I'm going to jump to verse 42b, and then come back up to verse 6 to bring a point over. So let's look at that now. So it's coming to the end of chapter 72, when it was giving now the commandment. This is how the sun is going to move among the gates, the 6 gates on the eastern side of heaven and the 6 on the western side. Don't we are told that the sun rises in the east and they set in the west? Same thing. So here Enoch said that I see 6 gates at the east and 6 gates on the west. And the sun rises in the 6 gates on the east and sets in the 6 gates of the west. Now, if the sun travels the same path every day of the year, we would not have a change in the length of day and night. So it's because of the different gates that the sun goes through. So depending on which gate the sun goes through will determine the length the contraction and the increase of the day and the night. And that sounds sensible. Huh? Sensible. So let's go to verse 42b. On that day, the night decreases and amounts to 9 parts, and the day to 9 parts. So here we see now, in the last part of the text of the chapter, he's saying on that day, the night decreases and amounts to 9 parts, and the day to 9 parts also, and the night is equal to the day, and the year is exactly as to its days 364. So here Enoch says, on the day, and listen carefully now, on the day that you have the night and the day are equal parts, that is the 364th day of the year. But following? Yeah. You following, brethren? Yeah. Listen now. When do you know when the year ends, the last day of the year? When do you know, or do you mark the last day of the year? The 364th day of the year. How you mark that? When the day and the night are equal. When the day and the night are equal. When there are 9 parts to the night and 9 parts to the day part. That is when you know when the year is finished. Last day, what number is the last day of the year? 364. And how do you know that is the last day of the year? When you have equal night and day. So there is at least one day in the year when you have equal night, but there are really 2 days still. Right? 2 days. But there's one of those days is the 364 day. So let's say that the equal night start today. We see today. Then tomorrow will be what? What will tomorrow be? Tomorrow will be the new year, which is day what of the year? Day 1. All right. So if we can find, because we know that this calendar that we are using now, the Gregorian or one name calendar, is foolishness. It's all together. So if you are able to find the equal day and equal night year, then we can know when the year ends. And we know so the other day after that is the new year, the first day of the new year. Enoch tell us that. If we never have Enoch, we don't know this. We have to follow where people say, when them say, we have a ball out New Year a few months ago, in the middle of the night. So we know how to find the New Year. And by the way, when I asked Masha friend, is that AI, when do we have which days in the year we have equal day and night? AI, tell me. It told me. So AI, no normal. But we're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at it. So let's look at it. So Enoch 72 verse 42, the B part of 42, told us when the year ended. There's a day in the year when the day and the night are equal, the light and the dark. I don't want to light and the dark because there's something else might come up that might shock us. I don't know. But when the day and there are equal day and equal night in the 18th part day, and that day would make the year 364 days. And that would be the end of the year, right? So if we know the last day of the year in verse 42, then we should get at least the first day of the year up in about verse 5 or 6. So let's jump now. I'm going to give you, I'm hoping that you can see this chart. Oh Lord, you can't see that thing on this. I wanted to print it and I totally forget to print and give each person a copy. I totally forget to print it. Because I want you to look carefully at it. As we read through this chapter, we're going to look at the chart and to see how it works. So the first one, we're going to look at verse 9 to 14. This verse 9 to 14. So let's read, let's follow together as I read. Here is Enoch being told about the movement of the sun and his sun movement, right? In the same manner, Enoch says, it goes forth in the first month by the great gate. All right? Before we go further, let me explain the chart, the table. Can it be zoomed down there? So on the table, I'm showing you the gates. So there are 6 gates, 12 gates, 6 on the east, 6 on the west, right? So gate number 1 as is rising gate, and then it as is setting gate. So it's rise there and it's set there. So it's 1 gate, that's 2, all right? And then you have gate 2, rising, setting. That's 2 gates. So there are 2 gate 1, 2 gate 2. Then you have gate 3, rise and set, gate 3. Gate 4, rise and set. Gate 5, rise and set. Gate 6, rise and set. So I have them here. Gate 4, 5, 6. Gate 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Now, when you read Enoch 72, it shows us that the sun, the first gate that the sun rises in is gate number 4. And you see it here in verse 9 to 14. Let's look at it. So in the same manner, it goes forth in the first month. Again, we don't know if month is new moon or real month because we don't have the Hebrew thing. So we keep it as month. And you're going to see, brethren, that even if we keep it as month, it would be good. There will be no problem with it. Right? If you keep it as month, there will be no problem based on Enoch's explanation. Right? Because you will see that Enoch said that the sun spent 30 days in gate 4 in the first month. So we'll see here that there are 30 days in a month. Is the month here mean month? Right? So you'll realize that the sun spends 30 days in each month except for 4 days, where it spends 31 days. So if it's so you have 12 months, 30, 30, 31. So see it here. 30, 30, 31. 30, 30, 31 again. 30, 30, 31. 30, 30, 31. If you add up all of these days, it gives you what? 364 days. And that will be 12 months. So if months in Enoch mean real months, a division of the year, then that month will be a good month. Good months. Right? It adds up to 360. So that will be the real. So the real month, if this is mean month, would have been 30 days in a month, except for 4 months where there are an extra day in those 4 months. We come into it. This is all we'll do for today, and then we finish. All right? So we cannot confuse you. Okay? It is kind of technical, but kind of easy to understand if you work with me. All right? So let's go again now. So in the same manner, it goes forth in the first month. So let's say this is the first month. Today, first month. Or period here because month period. It goes forth through the fourth gate. It goes forth through the fourth of those 6 gates. So the fourth. So the first month, it goes to the fourth gate. So this fourth gate here, number 4. Which are at the rising of the sun. And in the fourth gate, from which the sun rises in the first month. The first month, the sun rises in the fourth gate. There are 12 open windows from which issued out flame when they are open in their proper period. When the sun rises in heaven, it goes forth through the fourth gate again for 30 days. So here now, first month, the sun goes through the fourth gate for 30 days. I don't know how to get to print this because I know it won't see, you won't see. But would work with me. I'm going to print it anyway and forget it later on. So let's go again. So Enoch said, based on Yisra'el, who was explaining to him the movement of the luminaries, he said, on the first month, the sun rises in the fourth gate. And don't ask me why it never start from gate 1. That is between him and Yahuah. They must know how to work them business. The fourth gate, in the first month, the fourth gate for 30 days. Information is given. And by the fourth gate, in the west of heaven, on a level with its descent. So it descends, so it rises at the fourth gate, and it descends. So for 30 days, the sun rises, starts in the fourth gate, rises in the fourth gate, and sets in the same fourth gate for 30 days. During verse 13 now, look at verse 13. During that period, the day is lengthened from the day, and the night curtailed from the night for 30 days. So here, Enoch said, for 30 days, the day lengthens and the night shortens. So within the 30-day period of the sun, going through this fourth gate for 30 days, the day keep lengthening and the night keep shortening. So sit here. And he said, before I look at that, and then the day is longer by 2 parts than the night. The day is precisely 10 parts, and the night is 8 parts. So here now, so by the time the sun finishes his 30 days journey in the fourth gate, the day becomes 10 parts, and the night becomes 8 parts. So we have a long day and short night. All right? This will be when the year starts. Because the year starts when the sun starts moving in the fourth gate. So the year starts at this time. So the year starts when the sun first rises in the fourth gate based on Enoch. Right? So Enoch giving us the first movement of the sun for the year. Good. After he spent 30 days in the first gate, it moves now to the fifth gate. Sorry you don't have the paper, because you could follow better there, but work with me, please. Enoch 32, verse 15, 16. Follow in the Sefer. The sun now goes forth through this fourth gate and sets in it and turns to the fifth gate for 30 days, after which it proceeds from and sets in the fifth gate. So fourth gate, then fifth gate. Fourth gate 30 days, fifth gate 30 days. Then the day becomes lengthened by a second portion, so that it is 11 parts while the night becomes shortened and is only 7 parts. We're getting the detail. So when the sun now goes through the 5th gate now and spend 30 days in the 5th gate, by the time it ends the 30 days, then the day becomes longer than in the 4th gate. Because in the 4th gate, the day is 10 parts. In the 5th gate, it becomes 11 parts. While the night becomes, jump from 8 in the 4th gate to 7 in the 5th gate. It's all there. All right? I thought to read it over so that you have an understanding. The detail continues. The sun now returns to the east, entering into the 6th gate for 31 days on account of its signs. So go now to the 6th gate and spend 31 days in account of its signs. Which sign is that? Which sign that could be? It stays 31 days on account of its signs. So the one day, the extra day is a sign. That one extra day is a sign. And it seemed to be that day that tells you, that separates the seasons. The seasons. All right, so when you see this particular day, there's a particular sign they look for, and that this day separates the season. This season to this season. So it's that very important day. All right. At that period, the day is longer than the night, being twice the night, and become 12 parts. But the night is shortened and becomes 6 parts. All right, so see there? So in the 6th gate, the day becomes 12 parts. So it starts from 10 parts in gate 4, the day, then 11 parts in gate 5, then 12 parts in gate 6. The night starts from 8 parts in gate 4 to 7 parts in gate 5 to 6 parts in gate 6. And that extra day there is the day that separates the season. We call it the anchor day. All right, watch now. Let's go now. Verse 19. Night shortens, becomes 6 parts. Then the sun rises up, that the day may be shortened and the night lengthened. You hear what I meant to know? Then the day rise up now. Remember now what was happening earlier in those 3 gates? Gate 4, 5, and 6 is the day get lengthened and the night gets shortened. But here now, Enoch said, then the sun rises up that the day may become shortened and the night lengthened. So when you know, so it's time now for night to get him long thing and day get him short thing. Right? Season changes, so the day and night length changes now. So they get him in 3 months or 3 periods of lengthening, a time now for the night to get earthing. All right, so let's go now. Verse 20. The sun returns toward the east, entering into the 6th gate. So the sun now goes back into the 6th gate. So it's 4, 5, 6, and then go back into the 6th gate. So instead of going now, because you cannot, the thing, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, instead of 4, 5, 6, you can jump to 1. The sun can jump to 1. The sun now has to go back into the 6th gate, and then to the 5th gate, then the 4th gate, then the 3rd, the 2nd, the 1st. So this is how the year goes based on Enoch. The year starts with the sun rising in the 4th gate, 30 days, The day lengthens, the night shortens. Then you go to the fifth gate, for 30 days, the day continues to lengthen, the night continues to shorten. Then it goes to the sixth gate, and then now the day continues to shorten, to lengthen, and the night shorten. For those 3 months or 3 periods. The day lengthens up until it becomes twice as long as the night. Yes, thank you. Then now, so the sun is now at the last gate and need to go back, and so it goes back into the sixth gate and do a 30 days in it. See there? Go in the sixth gate on the fourth month or the fourth period of the year and spend 30 days. So in the sixth gate, you spend 31 days. Then it go back in the sixth gate and spend 30 days. And at that time, let's read what it says. I told you to read it, but let's read it because we don't want to tell lies. Verse 20. And the sun returns towards the east, entering into the sixth gate again, where it rises and sets for 30 days. When that period is complete, as I said, period and month or period, the day becomes shortened precisely by 1 part, so that it becomes 11 parts, because it was 12 parts in gate 6, when it just going to gate 6. Now it started shorten now, become 11 parts, while the nights lengthen and become 7 parts. Right? 7 parts. Good. So 6 gates. Watch carefully. Let's read on. Then the sun goes from the west, verse 22, goes from the west from the sixth gate and proceed eastward, rising in the fifth gate for 30 days and setting again westward in the fifth gate of the west. At that period, the day becomes shortened by 2 parts and is 10 parts. So now in the sixth gate, in the fifth gate, it was 11 parts, now it becomes 10 parts. And the night is 8 parts. All right, you see that? So all of these long day and long night and short day and short night that we have been experiencing, now we are understanding what caused these lengthening and contraction of the various days. The movement of the sun based on the gate that the sun is in. Right? Clear as that, clear as crystal. Then the sun then now moves, verse 24. The sun then goes from the fifth gate as it sets in the fifth gate of the west and rises in the fourth gate. So from fifth to fourth. And what happens? It spends 31 days on account of its signs. Meaning that last day, that 31st day, is a day when the season changes. And what happened with the day and the night when the season changed at that time? Verse 25. At that period, the day is made equal with the night. And being equal with it, the night becomes 9 parts, the day becomes 9 parts. So, in gate 4, if you notice the start at gate 4, and now it's gone back to gate 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This looks like in the middle of the year. In the middle of the year, month 6, period 6, the night, and that particular day, see there, the day 31st day, The night and the day have equal parts. The last day of the period, the anchor day, it is that particular day, right? Watch it carefully. Then, verse 26. The sun then goes from that gate, which is the fourth gate, and sets in the west, returning to the east, proceed to the third gate. Third gate here. You two, please follow carefully. The third gate. And for how long? And proceed the third gate for 30 days. Setting in the west at the third gate. At that period, the night is lengthened from the day during 30 mornings, and the day is curtailed from the day during 30 days, the night being 10 parts precisely, and the day being 8 parts precisely. See it there. The third gate. All right? Let's go to verse 28. 28. The sun now goes from the third gate as it sets in the third gate in the west, but returning to the east, it proceeds by the second gate of the east for 30 days. In like manner, also, it sets in the second gate in the west of heaven. At that period, verse 30, the night is 11 parts, and the day is 7 parts. See it here now. In the 8th month, or the 8th period, the sun goes to the second gate for 30 days. The night becomes 11 parts, the day becomes, so we have long night now. So long night starts right here in the third gate, in the 7th month, or the 7th period. Long night start there. Night take over day. Right? 11 parts, 7 parts. Let's move on. Let's move on. Verse 31. Then the sun goes to that at that time from the second gate, as it sets in the second gate in the west, but return to the east, proceeding by the first gate for 31 days. See it here. Go to the first gate for 31 days. In the 9th month of the 9th period of the year, the sun travels in the first gate for 31 days. And while doing that, it sets in the west in the first gate. At that period, the night is lengthened as much again as the day. The second gate, 31 days, and set in the west in the first gate. At that period, the night is lengthened as much again as the day. It is 12 parts the night precisely, and the day is 6 parts. So here we have it now. 12 parts night, 6 parts day. As the first gate. Let's continue. Verse 35. The sun has completed its beginnings, and a second time goes around from these beginnings. Into that gate it enters for 30 days. The same gate, which is gate 1, it enters again. You have to go back up to 6 now, or wherever it's going. So if you go back in the one again, if you realize it, go to 1, and then you go back to 1 again, so you can get to go back up so. Alright? Go back to wherever it is to go. The sun completes the beginning. Into that gate, it enters 30 days and sets in the west and in the opposite part. At that period, the night is contracted. Note the night is now getting shorter in length. A fourth part, that is 1 portion, and becomes 11 parts, and the day now becomes 7 parts. See it there. So the night starts to get shorter now, and the day began to get longer. In the first gate. Verse 39. Then the sun returns and entered into the second gate now. So first gate, then second gate. The second gate of the east. It returns by these beginning for 30 days, rising and setting. At that period, the night is contracting. The night becomes smaller, shorter. And so it jumps from 9 parts to 10 parts. And the day now jumps from 7 parts to 8 parts. Right? It becomes 10 parts to 8 parts. Then the sun now goes from the second gate to the third gate and sets in the west, but returns to the east and rises in the east in the third gate for 31 days. And what happened there when it goes in the third gate for 31 days? Verse 42. At that period, the night becomes shortened. It is now 9 parts, and the night is equal with the day. The year is precisely 364 days. So at this time, the year ends. Month 12 or period 12. Right? The 31st day of this month or period where the sun is going through gate number 3 is marked the 364th day of the year. Let us do a little examination of the table. I don't know if you can see it properly, but let's try. You notice, one, that the sun goes through all of the gates twice in the year, 2 times for the year, right? You should know that by now. That the sun goes through all 6 gates 2 times for the year. Right? So let's look at it now. So it starts at gate 4, gate 5, gate 6. That's the last gate. And you go back to gate 6, so you can go to gate 5, then gate 4, then gate 3, gate 2, gate 1. It's time for it to go back up now, so you go back to gate 8 1 again, then gate 2, then gate 3. And that complete the year. So look now. So gate 4 in month 1 or period 1. Gate 4 in month or period 6. Gate 5 in month or period 2. And gate 5 again in period or month 5. Gate 6 in month or period 3. And gate 6 in month or period 4. And then we have go to now gate 3. Gate 3 in period 7, or month 7, and gate 3 in period or month 12. Gate 2 in month or period 8, and gate 2 again in period or month 11. And then in gate 1, it goes there in month or period 9, and month or period 10. So look at the order in which the sun moves. The gates that they move through, and the month or the period that the sun moves. You are going to also understand from this chart. I hope YouTube is following carefully. You're going to understand in which gates do we have the sun doing 31 days. Look at the table. The sun does 31 days in gate 6, gate 4, gate 1, and gate 3. Again, gate 6, 31 days. That's the first time in gate 6, 31 days. The second time in gate 4, 31 days. Not the first time, because the first time in gate 4 is this. It's here. It does 30 days. But the second time it goes in gate 4 for the year, it spends 31 days. The first time in gate 1 for the year, it does 31 days. And then the second time in gate, that goes in gate 3, it does 31 days. Very, very unique, very strategic thing that you have to understand. And they just see you see the lengthening and the contracting of the day and the night, depending on the gate that it is in. All right? So let's go again. If you understand based on the table, this is the table that I got based on what you read in chapter 72 of Enoch. So the sun does 31 days in 4 months or 4 periods of the year in 4 different gates. So it goes to gate 4 first thing in the year, for the first of the year. And when it goes back to gate 4 in the 4th month, it's 31 days. The first goes to gate 6, it does 31 days. And then it goes back in gate 6 and does 30 days. All right? So the first 31 days is in gate 6 for the year. And then it does the second 30 days, second time in gate 6, and does 30 days. 30 days. Then when it reaches gate 4, the second time it does 31 days. Then when it reaches gate 1, for the first time for the year, it does 31 days. And when it goes to gate 3, for the second time of the year, it does 31 days. And these are the 4 months in which the 4 seasons are divided. Right? If you understand it, I hope you're getting it, brethren. Getting it? By the understanding? Right? And this movement of the sun from gate 4, 5, 6, then it's gate 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gate 1, 2, 3, constitute the whole year. And when you add up those 30 days and 31 days in those 4 months or 4 periods, you get 364 days. And that is why you are told, Moses was told, that any order shift up anything in this, it throws off everything. So this is how the sun moves every year until eternity, according to what Moses was told. This continues every year. So the sun don't jump from gate 4 and say, I'm going to try out gate 6 this year before 5. No. It goes through and it follows the command. It's a command that was given to the sun to move in that way every year. Straight. No changes. This is lecture now. You have that lecture now. Because we can't preach and jump and go and read. You have to understand it. This is what happens every year. Right? Now, what are the 2 times based on the two times we have equal day and equal night? What? The middle of the year, end of the year? Huh? All right, let's sit here. Equal day, equal night. The 6th month or the 6th period. That is month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Equal day, equal night. Middle 6th month. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. Equal day, equal night. So there are 2 times in the year you have a day Not all the days of the month, but one day in this particular month or period, in this particular gate, that you have equal day and equal night. 2 days in a year. It is found in month or period 6 when the sun is in gate 4 the second time. And it happens in period 12 or month 12 when the sun is in the third gate. In these 2 times, the sun moves 31 days and not 30 days in those 2 times, 2 months, 31 days, showing that the 31st day is a day that separates the season from the season there. All right? We won't talk about season until next week. This thing is going too long, but the man needs the time to get his sermon, because when I'm finished for the rest of the year. You understand me? But I don't want to confuse you, so I don't. So that's why I'm doing it bit by bit, because it's not easy to understand. And you have to try and get it. I'm going to print it for you, and you get it before you leave here today, so you can look at it. Because I hope I can come out in this table here. When I put the table together, I said, yeah, how do I present this thing to the people? They can understand it. I could have presented circular, but I can't get the circle thing make up on the computer. So I said, let's do it in a table style. And you get some issues, you get some things out of it. All right, so 2 days, and those 2 days, those 2 gates are 2 months, or periods. I keep on searching month or period because we don't know if the month in Enoch is real month or moon or whatever it is. We don't know yet. So we are working the month or period. So the year has 12 months, based on this, or 12 periods. All right? And this 12 months, if it is really month, is the right to 12 months, because when you add up all the days, you get 364. When you add up the days in the Gregorian months, you're out altogether. Right? So if it's months, we're still on the right track. If it's renewal, or whatever it is on the right track. But let's move on. So I want us to bring out some very key points in this table. So again, there are 2 days in the year when you have the night and the day are equal. What months or period you find those 2 days? The table show us it here. The 6 month or period when the sun is in the 4th gate. You have equal night and day. The day is 9 parts, the night is 9 parts. And then now, in month or period 12, when the sun is in the 3rd gate, the last day of the 31 day, you have equal night and equal day again. The only 2 days in the year you have that scenario. In the middle of the year and the end. So, if we find the 2 days, we must know which one is the middle of the year and which one is the end of the year. And once the year ends, then the next day you want to start to count from day 1. Also, there is also another pattern that we need to look at. You notice that in the movement of the sun, so month 1, 30 days, month 2, 30 days, month 3, 31 days. All right? Month 4, 30 days, month 5, 30 days, month 6, 31 days. Month 7, 30 days, month 8, 30 days, month 9, 31 days, month or period. Month 10, 30 days, month 11, 30 days, month or period, 12, 31 days. So what we see now, the pattern here, 30, 30, 31. 30, 30, 31. 30, 30, 31. 30, 30, 31. Nice order. Huh? Yahuah said, I'm planning this up nicely. Alright? So there are 8 months or period where you have 30 days, and there are 4 months or period you have 31 days. And those extra 1 day in those 4 months, we call them anchor days, the days that separate the seasons. So in this case, based on study, so spring would start here when the sun, the first day that the sun rises in the 4th gate, spring starts there. And spring runs for 30 days. No, for 90 days. 30, 30, 30, and the 31st day is the anchor day that separates spring from From summer. So spring, summer, autumn, winter. I said go. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. So this day in the 3rd month or 3rd period would be the day that separates spring from summer. And then now, so summer now goes from month 4, month 5 or period, month 6. 30 days for summer, 30 more days for summer, 30 more days for summer, and then what 1 day now is the anchor day that separates summer from what? Autumn. No spring, no season. If you know the season, when you go to school, we learn spring, summer, autumn, winter, or autumn, or fall. Right? Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Then now, so summer then finish here on the 31st. The 31st day of month 6 divide summer from autumn. So autumn run up from month 7. And that's why we have the feast over the time there, because autumn, the fall festival, and call it autumn. So autumn runs now 30 days in month or period 7, 30 days in month or period 8, 30 days in month or period 9, and the extra 1 day in month 9 is the day that separates autumn from winter. If you understand it, to give you the thing, it's all there. And then now winter begins in the 10th month. For 30 days, winter taking another 30 days, and then another 30 days with that 1 extra day that separates what now? Separate winter from spring up top here. You follow? So those 4 days are the anchor days that separates the season, because you cannot make the season touch one another. We don't want summer and winter crash, and next thing summer gone over winter, and winter become warmish and mix up. No, so those days separate the business. Alright? So we understand that. So those, and that is why you have 364 days in the year, because of those 4 anchor days. If there was no anchor days to separate the seasons, you'd have 360 days in the year. Right? So so each season really is 30 days, is 90 days. And then you put in those 4 anchor days, give you in between the season, and give you the extra 4 days, give you 364 days. How we doing? We're doing good? We need to know if you don't understand, because you don't want to waste our time, you know. You get this? All right. What else did I draw from this, the information that Enoch gave us? So we're seeing that there are 3 months or period for each season. And we are seeing, look at what we see again now. What are the gates? Which gates make up the spring season? When the sun goes to gates 4, 5, and 6, that's spring. The first time. When the sun goes to 4, 5, and 6 for the first time, that is spring. Always spring. The first time for the 4, 5, and 6. When the sun goes back to the gate 6 now and go to 6, 5, and 4, the second time, see that? So 4, 5, 6, that's spring. 6, 5, 4, summer. 3, 2, 1, autumn. 1, 2, 3, winter. You see it though? 4, 5, 6, then 6, 5. 4, 5, 6, then 6, 5, 4. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. See that? So if son just go on with the business and go up and do them like the son have to work with the way where you're telling him to do. And he keep the thing. And so because any other sun changes, what will happen if the sun changes in gates and the months or the period? This is the mashup. Season mashup. We not summer, we not winter, we not at all. Everything mash up. World mash up too. You understand me? And time mash up. So let's go again. I love this. I love look at it. Spring 4, 5, 6. Then 6, 5, 4. So spring is 4, 5, 6. Gate 4, 5, 6. Which is month or period 1, 2, 3. Alright? Spring 4, 5, 6. Gate 4, 5, 6. Then now this will change now. When you go to 6, 5, 4. That's summer. Then 3, 2, 1. Winter. Autumn. And then 1, 2, 3. Winter. And we start back over to spring now. The year start again. When we're told that with new moon is the first new moon of the year? Not this spring? Yeah, man. Sit there, right up. Sit there. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. So we know where this. But the thing is that how we know how we know now, how we gonna find this thing out now, because we need to know when days are equal, day and equal night, because 2 times. Thing gone. We find out. Next week we're gonna look at it. How do we find out now the equal thing? Right? Friend with friend. Okay. One more thing I found, another order. No, this is what they call order, no, brethren. This is what they call order. And that's why Enoch said, Jubilee, Moses told, do not disturb the order. Look at the order. Look at the order. In spring, look now. The day, in the first month, days 10 parts. Second month, 11 parts. Third month, 12 parts. Then when we go now to summer, the day now going down, 11 parts, then 10 parts, then 9 parts. You see the count? Let's go again. In spring, the days 10 parts, 1 month. Next month, 11 parts. The third month, 12 parts. We're done with spring. We can't have the sun. We can't have the day 12 parts in a summer. In summer now, the day is 11 parts, then 10 parts, then 9 parts. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, the day gets longer and then start to go shorter. So 10, 11, 12, and 11, 10, and then 9. And the same thing And it turned round. And what is careful now? We read in the scriptures where it said that, at the turn of the year. And they call it the beginning of the year, which is foolishness, because the 7th month can't be the beginning of the year. Alright? It's in the 7th month we see the turn. Where the night and day thing, it turned round in the 7th month. So let's look at the turn. So we say the turning of the year is the sun turn round. We turn the length of the day and the night, and this is where it turn. So here we have in the 6th month, the day is 9 and the night is 9. Then the turn begins now in the 7th month. So when the turning happens, where now the night is getting longer and the day is getting shorter. So if you realize in my table here now, look, and I do it deliberately. I have the day at the top, day 10, night 8, day 11, night 7, day 12, night 6, day 11, night 9, day 10, night 8, day 9, night 9. It turn now and the night come on top. So the night is now 10, the day is 8. So it's in the 7th month we have the turn. The turn in the length of the day and night. Is this part of the year we have the turn in the 7th month. And it seems, so it's not when they say what the year starts. So on the first day of the 7th month, about out, Happy New Year. That is those people who keep feasts. Happy New Year, the Rosh Hashanah, the end of the year. No, the end of the year. The end of the year is upper spring. When the sun just for the first time, after the 31st day, when you have the equal day and night, then that is the end of the year. But on the 7th month, this is where the thing turns around. Where the night now becomes longer than the day. So for half of the year, the day is longer than the night. The next half, the night is longer than the day. So the night takes control now when it comes to who run things. So it's about 10. So in months, period 7, 10 nights, 8 days. Then 11 nights, 7 days. And 12 parts of the night, 6 parts of the day. Then you go back, going down now. 11 parts of the night, 7 parts of the day. 10 parts of the night, 8 for the day. And then you have the equal day and night. Turning and go up so again now. Beautifully. Where was this when we were there in foolishness? Well, we get to know, so let's give thanks and praise to the Almighty. This is how the year started out. All right? So I asked AI, I'm finishing. But I asked AI some questions because I want to see if what AI said to me, what AI said to me is coincident with what is on this. So I asked AI, what are the days or the dates in the year when the days and the nights are equal? AI, give me an answer. AI, give me 2 days, 2 dates. In the minute until this until next week. AI, give me 2 dates in the year when the equal day, equal night. He said, what? All right, look at it next week. I said, AI, tell me which day in the year the spring starts. AI, give me a date. The date when give me with the spring is the same. The thing give me with the Same date. I said, what? What this look like? Hey, and this thing have a walk hand in hand, corresponding. I said, hey, give me the dates, give me the months in which you have this, the month for the spring, for the seasons. Yeah, give me them. Look on my table. Huh. Same thing. I may ask some other question. Hey, give me the answers them. Yeah, when is the spring equinox? Because we need about equinox. You know what equinox is that time of the year when spring begins. Yeah, give me a date. Mister, when is this spring? Mister, give me a date, the days in the year when you have the equinoxes and the other one there. I don't remember the name. The solstice. Hey, give me some dates. Me look on my table. Say what? So next week we're gonna show you AI and see how AI's answer coincide with this table. So even though, brethren, and jumping in it. So you'll realize and you'll see that the people them have the truth in our eyes, but they shift up the year. So when you jump in a December now, when some in December, and December 31st is the last day of the year for them. But based on this table here and based on AI, the year not done yet, still up in a March. You understand me? But we look at it as we close. So let's go through the point now. As we review, the sun goes through all 6 gates twice for the year. So every gate gets the sun 2 times for the year. Next. From periods to month 1 to 5, the day is longer than the night. So period of month 1 to 5, the day is longer than the night. From period of month 6, the day, in period 6 of month 6, the day and the night are equal. Right? It's there. I'm going to print it and you get it to go with it. And you do your marking, put it in your folder, and mark upon it so you can understand. Right? Don't write in it. At period / month 7, there is a turn in which the night start to become longer than the day. This continues to period month 11. In period month 12, the day and the night again becomes equal. The thing just orderly. Just set orderly. Also, we have equal day and night 2 times for the year. First, when the sun enters gate 4, and the second time, and in the second time we have the equal day and night is when the sun enters the 3rd gate, the second time again. If you call each period of the sun a month, other people say that the moon give the month, If there are real months in the year, it's the sun that determines the month. If there are months in the year, we'll find out, we'll see. But if I'm to hold on to months in the year, I'm holding on to months, and that the sun is the one that marks the month based on so every time the sun leaves a gate, it goes into another month. If you say month is in the year, right? So 30 days in a month. And there are 4 months with 31 days because that additional day is a day that separates season from season. As simple as that. It is simple, brethren. We don't have 31 days in the 30th of September, April, June, November, and all the rest of 31 days except February, which alone, which has 28 days clear and 29 days in a leap year, blah, 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 blah. All months, if you want to talk about months, all months have 30 days. And there are 4 months that have an additional day to separate the season. As simple as that. You don't want more than that, all right? So that is where we are. See it there. Conclusion. Same thing. All of those. All right. Twice a year. We conclude. And I put this here because I want you to look at this before we close. The sun travels in each gate for a period of 30 days, except for gate 6 on its first trip, 31 days. Day is twice as long as the night. So I summarizing it. I want to give you this too. I'm going to put this together for you too also. It travels in the 4th gate on the second trip, 31 days, the day is equal night. It travels in the 1st gate on its first trip. So you realize gate 6 first trip, gate 4 second trip, gate 1 first trip, gate 3 second trip. So you see the order again. First trip, second trip, first trip, second trip. All right, and in all of these trips, first trip in gate 6, second trip in gate 4, first trip in gate 1, second trip in gate 3. Those are the days. We have 31 days. For the first trip in 6, the day is twice as long as the night. On the second trip in gate 4, the day and night are equal. On the first trip in gate 1, the night is twice as long as the day. And the second trip in gate 3, the night and the day are equal. The thing is so orderly when you look at the order how it works. And this order does not change because Yisra'el, who is in charge of the luminaries, make sure that the luminaries work as they are commanded to. The only people or thing that does not follow the commandment, and Marsha said last night, and I smiled when you said because I was saying that while I was doing my presentation. The only thing or person or whatever that does not follow the commandment as Yahuah laid down is human beings. You ever see two man that somebody have sex? Eh? Talk to me now. I play. I'm saying to you that everything else follow the commandments of Yahuah that were given to them. Except man, you ever see a mango tree a beer and not a mango tree a beer apple? No. All the trees that were made and commanded to make apple, you make apple. They always make apple. Until mankind go change up the commandment and go put in and a change jeans and a change cardi royal and a change cotton and give it out or something. Everybody, everything else, animal follow the commandment. The plants follow the commandments. The rat and the puss and the dog and everybody. Only mankind change the commandment to the point that they change the year. They say man can marry to man. Woman can marry to woman. Then change the year to the year start in January. When the year not start until about March. Then change from 364 days to 365 and a quarter days. Then change the feast days. Then change everything. They say, commandments say, man must do this and woman do this. And they change up everything. Man change up all the commandments. Pastor preach, say the commandment cut out. Every living creature follow the commandment except mankind. And it threw us off in everything. We have cancer now. Look at Look at the food that they make. Because chicken take too long to make, 6 weeks too long. For chicken, you see what I'm in KFC, people them getting a whole pot raw chicken. And because chicken take too long to make, we start to make chicken in 3 weeks. And everything go upside down. And you eat the chicken, they make chicken, and you get cancer. Right now, brethren, our body was made and our body needed the daily servings of vitamin and minerals and protein and all these things. All were set in the plants that we were to eat. And the plants don't have nothing again. We eat. I heard that right now we have to eat 7 orange to get enough vitamin C that you'd have gotten from 1 orange 30 years ago. To get the same amount of vitamin C from that the body needs. 30 years ago, 1 orange give you it. Now in these days, 7 oranges. What is 7 oranges here? Who can afford 7 oranges? That's why we are sick. That's why we are sicking. And we are dying because we are not getting what we ought to get. Everything, food, this year, days, month, everything has gone. Man has left the commandment and people, and we have persons here as I close. Gone off of the topic. We have persons, we add persons here who, as we look at the truth, as we examine and see the errors, and we are doing away with it, as we are rediscovering, we are discovering the boundary of the ancient path. The people who are gone, the people themselves, they don't want the truth, they don't want the ancient path. They're sticking to the lies, the error. They stop their ears and say, I don't want to hear. And because I talk loud and I hear, they leave. I am finished. Next week we continue as we look at it, we simplify the time system of Yahuah. Thank you very much.
Great eternal Father, Yahuah indeed is your name. Father, you are the creator of everything our eyes behold, dear Father, and we are grateful as your people that you have brought us into the knowledge of your truth. You have revealed to us the books that were taken from us, dear Father, and in them we are finding how you really sat and orchestrated this world, dear Father, that we are living in. How you sat and designed the system of time. And Father, we are grateful for your revelation. We are grateful for your continued leading and directing, dear Father. And as we continue to seek out your truth, as we continue to establish your time system, dear Father, we just ask that you continue to be with us. We ask that you give us the patience. We ask that you give us the wherewithal, dear Father, everything that we need to continue on this journey. Father, we ask that as we look into your time system, that you will reveal it unto us, dear Father. And anything else that is there for us to understand, that you will give it to us when you know that we are ready. Father, we've been asking for this for years, and we know that you are a timely Elohim. We know, dear Father, that the reason why you didn't give it to us then is because we weren't ready. And now your people are ready, and you are revealing it unto us, dear Father, bit by bit. And we take the bits as we get them. Father, we want to thank you for your manservant who came and presented today. And as he continues to do his research to come to us next week again, dear Father, we ask that you continue to open his eyes, continue to show him the message between the lines, dear Father, the hidden gems in the words as we read through the book of Canon, dear Father. And we just ask that next week will be like this week, eye-opening and enlightening, dear Father, and your people will continue to be edified. Continue to help him to grow from strength to strength, dear Father. And we thank you for your victory that you provided for him yesterday. Father, hallelujah. We just want to lift you up and magnify you. And we continue to pray for him and his family, dear Father, that they will continue to grow from strength to strength in you, and you will protect his family so that he can focus on the work of leading your assembly, dear Father. Father, we just want to pray for everyone who is here on Zoom. Everyone is going to listen afterwards on YouTube, dear Father. Everyone who is here on the ground, that you will continue to open our eyes, open our hearts, open our minds to your words, dear Father. And when the presenters come and they give us these words, that we will go back and we will revisit them, and we will revisit the Torah, we will revisit the prophets, so that we can reinforce these things, so that we can ensure that we are understanding, and where we need clarity, dear Father, we will reach out to the leaders, to the presenters, to the teachers, so that that clarity can be provided. Father, have your own sweet way. We just ask that everything that was said and done today, we trust and hope that it was to your honor and to your glory. And as we go, Father, for lunch, we just ask that the food that is provided will be of some form of nourishment to us, dear Father. We know that the plants that they are from and the animals that they are from are inferior compared to what you originally created them to be. But we know that you indeed are a powerful and matchless Elohim, and you can give us nutrients that are lacking from these foods, dear Father. Father, we just ask all of these through your matchless name. Hallelujah. All right, stand everyone. So we continue to look into the calendar in quotation as usual, Yahuah's time system. Thanks again to Rash for his study. We're looking forward to next week's presentation. So everyone should avail themselves on YouTube and here on the ground. Yahuah barak you and shamar you. Yahuah lift up his countenance upon you and be gracious unto you. Yahuah makes his face shine upon you and give you shalom. Shalom.